Welcome to Crypto Nights. My name is Ife, and in this video, I am going to share with you something that I have been keeping to myself for a period of time. But right now, I am going to show you a strategy that is going to help you to be more profitable on your trades. Consistency is what makes a trader very profitable over a period of time with proper risk management. Now let's jump right into this video. I am going to show you exactly how I profit when trading. There are two indicators I am going to use in this video. I am going to show you how to configure these indicators to make the indicator more reliable to this strategy. The first indicator we would have to bring out is the half trend indicator. You can access this indicator by going to this section right here where it says indicators and strategies. If you click on this, you can search for half trend. The first result right here is the indicator we are going to use by Everget. So you click on this. This is the first indicator we are going to use in this video. When you look at this indicator comprises of three lines. The middle line right here is the actual half trend. The upper dotted line is the upper band of this indicator, while the lower dotted line is the lower band of this indicator. We are not going to use this upper band and lower band. Right now, we would have to remove these two bands from this indicator. To do that, we would have to go over to this section and go to the settings of this indicator. We would have to untick this show channel section. Now this would remove the upper band and the lower band, as we are not going to use that in this video. There is a second thing we would have to change in this settings section. We would have to change the amplitude from 2 to 4 so that it can be more reliable in this strategy. Now that I have changed the amplitude, we can go over to save these settings by clicking on OK. Now let me walk you through how this indicator works. When price starts to close multiple candles above this half trend line, you would get a blue arrow. Now this small blue arrow is the signal you are going to get. This blue arrow shows that the price is in an uptrend. And when you get this blue arrow, half trend line would also turn blue. This signifies that the price would be going up in the nearest future. But when this half trend line turns red, at that point, you would get a red arrow to the downside. What this means is that the trend is changing from an uptrend to a downtrend, and price would continue to go lower in the nearest future. Now, this is basically how this indicator works. And right now, I am sure a lot of you are wondering, how exactly do you know when to buy and when to sell? How exactly do you plan to take your profits and set your stop loss? I am going to show you all this information in this video. Sometimes using this strategy, you may get a blue arrow signal which indicates price movement to the upside, and immediately you may get a red sell signal which indicates price movement to the downside. This kind of price movement can be really frustrating and you may not know exactly what to do. As you can see, blue signal, red, blue, red. Now that is why we are going to use a second indicator in this video. This second indicator would guide you to exactly when to buy and also when to sell. Placing a stop loss is one way you manage your risk when trading. And as you know, managing your risk is a key part in trading. Once you know how to manage your risk accordingly, that would begin your journey to become a successful trader over time. The second indicator we are going to use in this video is the exponential moving average. To get this indicator, we would have to go to the indicators and strategies section and you search for EMA. The first result you see here is what we are going to use in this video. EMA is short for exponential moving average. Right now, we are going to go over to the settings section and configure this indicator. Now let's go over right here and click on settings for this indicator. Let's change this length to 55. In order for this strategy to work, I have to configure this indicator, and also I would go over to the style section and change the color. Go ahead and click on OK. Now I am going to show you exactly how to place your trades when using these two indicators and how you can profit over time. The way I use these two indicators is I wait for confirmation on both indicators. The first confirmation I would have to wait for is this blue arrow signal. When this blue arrow signal flashes, this indicates to me that the trend is changing. And since the color is blue, that means that trend would be in the upward direction. For me to enter a trade upon this first confirmation, I would have to wait for the price to close above my exponential moving average. This exponential moving average is going to guide me as to when to enter and exit a trade. What I would do is I would wait for consecutive candle closes above this exponential moving average. That is a good time for me to place in a long position. Before I show you exactly where you are going to take your profit, first, I would have to show you where you have to place your stop loss when you enter a position based on these two confirmations. If you are familiar with candlestick trading, you know that when a trend makes a low and a lower low, that means the price is in a downtrend. And when the candlesticks makes a high and a higher high, that means it's in an uptrend. Now, if you take these two information in your trades, you would be able to plan exactly when to exit your trade. What I would do is, if I plan on entering a position at this level, my stop loss would be at the lowest candlestick point. This is exactly where my stop loss would be. Now, let me show you where exactly you would take profit. Watch how the half trend line went from a blue to a red. Now, once I see this transition, this is good confirmation for me to exit my trade. Now, this is exactly what we did. We entered the position at around this level. We placed our stop loss at a lower level and we placed our take profit at a higher level. Now, let me show you the percentage gain based on the confirmations of these indicators. If you had placed your entry at around this level, you would have made 4.5% on your trade if the trend was to go against you and your stop loss was triggered. Now, what you would have lost using this strategy, you would have lost a 1.1% if this trade had gone against you. Now you can see that the risk reward ratio with this strategy is very reasonable. So to the upside, you make more. To the downside, you lose less. Consistency is how a trader makes money over time. Now let me show you other times when this strategy has been working. In this second example, we are going to use the red arrow signal. Now this indicates a downtrend in the price chart. I am going to show you exactly how to use this indicator in a downtrend. Like I said, in an uptrend, you get candle closes above this green 55 exponential moving average. In a downtrend, you get candle closes below the green 55 exponential moving average. Understand? So it is inverse. And when you get candle closes below the green 55 exponential moving average, that is confirmation number one. The second confirmation is when you get this red arrow signal. This is confirmation that the trend is going to continue in the downward direction. What I would do now in this case, I would place my trade at the flash of this red arrow signal. And once I do that, I would place my stop loss above the highest point in the trend. My entry point would be somewhere around this region and my stop loss would be at the highest point. As you can see, this is my strategy on entering this trade. Now, once I am in a short position, for me to determine where to take my profit, I would have to wait for this half trend signal to flash another blue color. Right here, as you can see, we got a blue color signal from this half trend indicator. That is confirmation number one. But we didn't get multiple closes above this green 55 moving average. Now that is a failed confirmation. As you can see that we only have one confirmation right now in this price chart. This is not where I would take my profit. In trading, you always have to follow your strategy 100% as long as it is a working strategy. This to me is considered a fake out. And because of I am following my strategy 100%, I won't fall into this bull trap. I would wait for confirmation before taking any action. Now let's go down in price and I will show you where exactly I would take my profits. Now, this is exactly where I would take my profits. First confirmation, we got the blue arrow signal, which indicates a trend change to the upside. The second confirmation, we got multiple closes above the green 55 exponential moving average. At this particular point right here is where I would take my profits. Now let me show you the overall trade, the percentage I would be making if this had played out, and also the percentage I would be losing if this had gone against me. Now, this is exactly how my trade would have worked out. Remember, I entered my position at around this level when there was confirmations with these indicators. Now, this trade gave a percentage gain of 12.89%. But if this trade had gone against me, I would have lost 1.85%. Now you can see the risk to reward ratio in this strategy. This is a very good strategy. This has proven to work for me, and this is how I make consistent profit over time. And that's why I am sharing this with you in this video. Now let me show you a third example. Now this third example is going to be the tricky one, but I am going to show you exactly what to do and how exactly you are going to play this price movement in the charts. Now let me show you the third example. Sometimes you may get conflicting signals. That means this half trend indicator can flash a blue signal, and after a short period of time it flashes a red signal. I am going to show you exactly how to maintain your strategy so that you don't get carried away with short-term price movements. You know that the market will try to shake you, so you have to stick to your strategy no matter what. Now, I am going to play out the entire situation, and you're going to see exactly what to do when you have conflicting signals using this indicator. Now, let's start with this section right here. This half trend indicator gave a blue arrow signal which indicated an uptrend, and soon after it gave a red arrow signal which indicated a downtrend. The 55 exponential moving average is key to your entry and your exits. This is the key part of the strategy. When this gave a signal here, you would see that you would have entered at around this level, which is considered a bull trap. You would have gotten stopped out. There are some times that you would actually take a loss using this strategy. That's why this strategy works 90% of the time, and the remaining 10% you would have to take those losses. But don't worry, you can be able to recover all your losses if you just stick to a working strategy. This right here was a failed trade. Now let's move on to the next signal. The next signal was a red arrow which indicates price movement to the downside. What I would have done in this scenario is this. Right now, I've seen that at this point, there were multiple closes below this green 55 exponential moving average. What I would do is to place a short position at around this level. My stop loss would be at the highest wick of the previous candles. Now let me show you exactly where I would take profit in this trade. Let's go down in price. I would have exited my trade at around this region. Now let's go over the overall trade and see the percentage gain and percentage loss using this strategy. If I had taken this trade, I would have made 7.83% to the downside. But if this trade had gone against me, I would have taken a loss of 1.94%. As you can see, this is a working strategy, and this is how you can make money over time sticking to a particular strategy. One more quick example before we end this video, and this example would be in the upward direction. As you can see, at this point, we got a blue arrow signal from this half trend indicator. The second confirmation was multiple closes above the green 55 exponential moving average. This is going to be my entry. My stop loss would be at the lowest wick of the previous candle. Let me show you exactly where I am going to take profit in this trade. At this exact point is where I am going to take profit in this long trade. As you can see, I've gotten the red signal arrow, and also there were multiple closes below the green 55 exponential moving average. Now let me show you the overall performance of this trade. If you are taking this trade, if you had entered at around this level, you would have made over 20% in this trade, and that's a lot of percentage gain without leverage. Minus 2.94% to the downside is what you would have lost if this had gone against you. Right now, you can see that I have carefully tested out this strategy for you. You can also test this strategy and see how well it works best for you. After testing out this strategy, you can go over to the comment section and leave a comment on how this strategy has been working best for you on your trades. And also, if you have any questions, I would gladly answer them in the comment section. Now, this is going to be it for this video. I truly hope you enjoyed this kind of content, and if you did, please leave a like down below and try subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really means a lot, and I really appreciate it if you do. This is going to be it for this video, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.